Hi, Cheryl here. I wanted to jump on and tell you in person some phenomenal news. You may remember when I launched Cân y Coed Rainforest Symphony, I put in place this manifestation, this vision that the first movement of the Rainforest Symphony would become a national anthem for the new Forest of Wales that's being planted by the Welsh Government. Well, I had a meeting with Deborah Kaiser from Cân y Coed, which is the music centre of Wales, funded by the Arts Council of Wales, who have a recording studio based at the Millennium Centre in Cardiff. And she was at the launch in June and very kindly invited me to a meeting in Llandilo where we had a chat about how we could go about orchestrating that first movement, which is called Life Cycle of an Acorn, because it's based in Coed fel yn Rhyd, and that every single note in the movement comes from a whole family of oak trees, from sapling through to the oldest oak in that forest. And it's such an important rainforest because it's actually named in the Mabinogion, our oldest storytelling text. And I just feel that that is so apt as an anthem for the new Forest of Wales, because yes, it is really important to plant new trees, of course it is, but it's also really important to nurture and remember this ancient ecology that's so globally significant. And in a way, the symphony is a baton from that ancient nature, that ancient ecology that's in our soil, to nourish and nurture the new trees. Well, when Deborah and I spoke, one of my concerns was that when I hand the music over to the orchestrator, that I won't have any more say in it, because there are instruments in the orchestra that my particular hearing needs can't tolerate. So because I have hyperacusis, a sound sensitivity, and tinnitus, I've almost given up live music and being with instruments. And I think a lot of that is down to fear. So we came up with this idea of inclusive orchestration, devising a methodology that would enable me to be part of the orchestration. And Deborah suggested that I went into a partnership with Disability Arts Cymru, and the lovely Ruth Fabi, who's now retired, to focus on her own work and be well. She and I put the bid together and we put it in, and it was successful for a phase 1 of the orchestration of Cân y Coed Rainforest Symphony, where myself and Lloyd Coleman, who Deborah introduced me to, really amazing orchestrator and musician, and he's actually, let me get this right, the associate director of the Para Orchestra, and he has deafness gain, he has hearing aids. So both of us, a deaf composer and a deaf orchestrator, working together in Cân y Coed's studio at the Millennium Centre, and we've had all the meetings. Rosie, the new national manager for Disability Arts Cymru, Deborah, the director of Cân y Coed, myself and Lloyd had a meeting last week, and we're going into the studio in February. Now then, those of you that know me well know that I spent almost my entire life in the recording studio as a musician, touring and recording. And when I lost my hearing, honestly, I never thought I would ever go into the studio ever again. I thought those days of my life had passed me by. But thanks to Disability Arts Cymru, to Cân y Coed, to the Arts Council of Wales, to this remarkable team of people around me, I am actually going back into a sense of self, to be honest with you. I'm coming home in a new way, in a different way, and it will be scary because I don't know what it's going to be like in the studio with my ears. But you know what? We only get one crack at it, don't we? We only get one life. So we've got to live it. And what will happen is we'll have lots of different session musicians. I'd like the orchestration to be woodwind, because it seems to me that a Rainforest Symphony made out of the biorhythms, composed from the biorhythms of oak trees, should actually be performed by human beings with wooden instruments. And we'll be looking at that whole range of instrumentalists, working hopefully with the Welsh College of Music and Drama and local session musicians. And I will bring them in to play perhaps the first 8 bars, perhaps, maybe a bit longer, just to see what my tolerance level is, and finding a way of mapping that. And that methodology can help other musicians that have given up music because of their tinnitus or hyperacusis. Well, I'll talk to you a bit more about it in the new year, but I'm overwhelmed. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who has followed this journey with me, supported me. Sometimes it can be difficult, waking up with horrendous tinnitus and living with hyperacusis, but your friendship and your love and your support mean the absolute world to me. And I wish you, Nadolig Llawen, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And of course, Kaz taught me to say Happy Christmas and a Happy New Year.